Yo, what's up guys? So we're going to be showcasing off the Metal Snake Murakumo no Orochi, and this card is going to be banishing everything that you have. Not your opponent's, but yours, but it's so worth it because this card is a quick effect that you can activate, and you're going to be banishing 8 cards from the top of your deck face down. And it actually has a pretty good effect. You can banish 3 cards from your extra deck face down, and then target a face down monster on the field and destroy it. Now, this card is absolutely insane. Obviously, with Grenmaju.Iza, I mean, you have easy potential with Eater of Millions to even go for it. Maybe a little bit of link play, but it's RNG if you are activating the Metal Snakes effect. And also with, of course, Pot of Desires, you have extra synergy. It's pretty good. But in addition to that, we also technically have the other pot card, the Indulgence, which is going to give us more banishing. And we're going to go ahead and special summon 1 copy over here. And remember, that is a quick effect. And you have that other effect where you get to pop 1 card your opponent controls by banishing 3 cards from your extra deck. Now, in this instance over here, this is a tag duel, and I want to showcase off how good this is in a tag duel, because watch what happens, okay? So we're going back to Magus' turn. He's going to be, of course, the one that summoned the Metal Snake, and he's going to go ahead and get Necroface's effect. He's going to go ahead and summon Eater of Millions, more banishing cards. He's going to go ahead and make Phoenix pop the last back row before summoning a Grenmaju.Iza for 16,000 attack, and you're going to be one-punching a 1v2. I mean, he basically one-handedly won the duel over there. But we got a really good... Oh, this one's absolutely amazing. This SLAYDRA player is probably super, super salty because of this. But anyways, yeah. The new card is actually pretty insane because it gives you a lot of consistency with these Grenmaju Eater of Millions decks. I've seen a lot of these in the past, and they're not too bad. Sometimes you literally just get desired and you just lose the game. Like, literally, Grenmaju and Eater can just pretty much game someone if it's just 8,000 life points. But wait till you see some of these insane duels. We've got the new Fortune Ladies coming up here. And in addition to that, there is a really good duel versus the Endymion, the new Spellcaster Boss Monster. So we'll be checking that out as well. But watch what this guy makes. He makes a pretty good board, right? He attacks Battle Fader. The Cyber Dragon Finny's going to say no to that. But the Storming Mirror Force is going to be where the guy's like, dude, he really probably regrets that Battle Fader negation. But we got the D-Fissure over here, then Eater of Millions, and the Grenmaju. That's going to be 7,500. He basically needs to top deck something out of this, which he top decks into hers. And I mean, I guess he could technically just special the normal and go into Link, but I think at this point he's just like, dude, I can't deal with both of these cards. Too hard, 5 me. But the Endymion one is actually really good over here. So this is a good showcase of how good Soul Absorption can be. It's a card where you could argue it is a win harder mechanic. Because, well, I mean, do you really need to have, like, well, just watch the amount of life points that he gains. And his opponent makes a pretty decent board and also is negating a lot of his own effects. But the guy's going to go on for a while. He's got to be placing those spell counters on all day. But eventually, it will be our turn for, of course, our savior, our Metal Snake Murakumo to shine. But we have Soul Absorption activated, and of course, those cards will be getting extra counters here. But it doesn't really matter too much. Like, you can have as many counters as you want, as long as you're not increasing your attack to be like, you know, 8,000. You could get one-shotted very easily in this deck. But it's a pretty straightforward deck, and I would say it's probably going to be popular for like the next week, because when the Desires came out, I remember people were freaking out with Grenmaju.Iza. I saw that deck over and over, but now this is actually pretty good. So he negates the effect of this, but of course you still got to be banishing those cards anyways. So we got a Grenmaju.Iza with 7,000. He's going to go ahead and take 5,000 plus damage there, which is pretty hefty. But he's going to go ahead and go into the Daybreaker, the Splendid Magical Knight, and he's going to go ahead and pop and get rid of those cards. But he's got 27,000 life points. I mean, you can't really do too much against that. At that point, you're not looking too good. But anyways, he goes ahead and passes it on to his opponent, which gets the Eater of Millions. He's going to go ahead and indulge, go ahead and potentially reset. But he's got this from the graveyard. This is where I feel like this card becomes so good, because like, it's cool, you negate that. I have this with 3,900, I have this with 16,000. It didn't even, the other turn didn't even matter, and he's just like, dude, I'm going to one-punch you. So we have banished 40 cards. That's an entire deck, dude. We banished an entire deck. But we've got more to go. Actually, let's go ahead and go with the Cosmo one first, because this one definitely showcases off the quick play potential from the Metal Snake. But Oh, we have Allure of Darkness, getting rid of the face. And it's going to go ahead and banish some more cards. And then, because this card's a quick effect, bam, special summon, he's going to go ahead and go right into the Slip Rider. He's going to Dark Hole to get Slip Rider's effect, but that's going to go ahead and get Ash Blossom. And it doesn't really matter if this card's in the graveyard, because you can special summon this card out of the graveyard, which is insane, because that always means you'll have another like level 8 with 2450 attack. We have the face going to go ahead and reset some of the plays over here, because this card does not get a boost from those plays. I think you probably should have used that Lord of Darkness. We should have went for Game Man, but they top decks a Terraforming, and he really needed that effect, that Slip Rider, and that's going to go ahead and be game over here. His opponent's just going to be like, yo, I can't deal with this. But Fortune Ladies, the new Fortune Lady stuff does look pretty cool. I gotta say, I really want to try it out, but dude, this deck looks way easier to play. Like, this is such an easy deck to play. Easy, banish everything deck. Like, that's, I don't know what I'm gonna call this video, honestly. I want to call it Banish Everything, but, like, it's insane how many cards you're able to banish with this card. Again, with Soul Absorption, every time you're banishing, you know, you're getting 4 in Desires is 5k, like, the amount of life points you guys saw, like, he had 27k life points. Like, you can't really OTK someone that has 27,000 life points. That's pretty difficult. But unfortunately, it's a little bit slower of a deck. That's just the way that the deck is technically designed. But we got double of these out at this point, and we're going to head summon that Grand Madre Daiza. Look at this. You beat the guy, and now you've got 20k life, and you are still able to one-shot them. And, of course, we have the Phanto Maker, oh, there it is, Fantastical Dragon. I was like, I thought they changed the name, but yeah, they did change the name of the TCG. But last one over here, before we hop into a deck profile, we've got a Pendulum Player. Really, I think Soaring Air Force is a great card. Or any of the Torrentials even. Like, I haven't seen Torrential play in a while, but I think Torrential could definitely work well in this deck, because, like, even if this card goes away, right, just go ahead and banish some more cards, resummon it, and it'll be good to go on a blank board. It'll be really good. And also, like, any of the cards, Swarming, Drowning, any of the cards, even Blazing actually might be viable, because you could probably take that burn damage, right? And then at that point, the opponent might not have anything left over. But this is probably much more safe because it doesn't actually destroy them. But you can see, like, we're one-shotting people all day with this. But you guys get the idea. Now, before I hop into the deck profile, gotta give a shout out to sponsor Domains. If you guys want to check out some cool gameplay of a different card game, stay tuned. And we'll see a deck profile for this deck. Alright guys, so we're going to be showcasing off a combo in a game called Domains. If you guys haven't checked out my previous video on it, I'm going to have that linked down below. But basically, we're going to be showcasing off the usage of Forever Phoenix and the unique mechanics you can implement in Domains. So, first off, Forever Phoenix has this ability called Immortal, which lets it revive itself at the end of the turn. And in Domains, you can actually attack over your own cards, and that's a really unique mechanic because it opens up the doors for a lot more plays. So we have a Soul Collector up on the field already, and anytime something dies, we're going to be gaining extra points, which would be similar to mana. So we're going to attack over our opponent's card, and then we're going to attack over our own card, just so the Forever Phoenix will be gone. Now this can be implemented in multiple different ways. Not only are you gaining points because of another card that would give you a bonus effect, but it also can reposition a card on the field depending on which tile it's on. Maybe you could be getting a bonus effect on another tile set. So again, this is one of many combos that you can pull off in Domains. Alright, so the next combo we're going to be showcasing off is utilizing our Crypt King's ability to resurrect a card from our graveyard, basically. And what we're going to do is bring back Decaying Mummy. Now, Decaying Mummy doesn't have any attack, but what it does offer is the ability to resurrect another Undying card to an adjacent zone. So what we're doing is basically bringing back another Decaying Mummy, to bring back another Decaying Mummy, to bring back another Decaying Mummy. We're basically building up a bridge so our Red Reaper can overcome his poor movement, because he can only attack adjacent cards. And therefore we're able to finally attack over our opponent by simply building up a path to them. Now you can also utilize the Decaying Mummy to build up a blockade so you can prevent your opponent from attacking your other units. So these are just two of many combos and ways that you can play the domains. If you guys want to check out more of that, link will be down below in the description box. I had made a dedicated video for it. Alright guys, so now onward with the deck profile for the Banish Everything deck. We've got 3 copies of Metal Stake Murakumo no Orochi, which is of course the card that lets us banish everything. Then we have 3 copies of the Fantastical Dragon Phantasme. Dude, this card's text is so long and barely fits over here. But then we got 2 copies of course, the Necroface. Then we have 3 copies of Ash, 3 copies of Grand Magi, 3 copies of Battle Fader, 3 copies of Eater of Millions, 3 copies of Allure, 3 copies of Desires, 3 copies of Indulgence, 1 copy of Goldsark, 3 copies of Soul Absorption, 1 copy of Defissure, 2 copies of Storming, 3 copies of World Legacy Choice. It's pretty much just used for, of course, the first effect. We don't really have those World Legacies. But it does allow us to have that effect where you can just get rid of one. I think in Kaiju might be a better route though, to be honest, because Kaiju gives you a free target to maybe just one-shot your opponent as well. And then we have Macro Cosmos. As far as the extra deck, which we didn't even really jump into, but there are times when you can make these specifically like this, is a good card to have. But we have the Relinquish Anima, we have 3 copies of Linkuriboh, 3 copies of Apprentice Witchling, 1 copy of Cerberus, Phoenix, Unicorn, and we have the Chaos Warrior and Borosword, Borreload. I really feel like you should probably try to max out on Phoenix because it's pretty easy to summon in this deck, and you could potentially get rid of one of your opponent's problematic cards in the back row. If it's an unknown card, you guys saw it in the gameplay where we one-shotted our opponent after making Phoenix. I think Phoenix is the most important card. Like, Linkuriboh can be pretty good as well. I would say like max out on this, which she's already maxed out on. But specifically, maxing out on Phoenix can be a good idea as well. But anyways, that is the Banish Everything deck. You're banishing all your cards, but it's worth it in the end because you're getting lots of one-punch OTKs. But anyways, shout out to my boy Magus for hooking us up with these plays. But hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys would make any changes, let me know in the comment section down below. I personally don't think you need Soul Absorption. It is a card where you can definitely win with. Like, don't get me wrong. But the thing is that it's a win harder card. Like, if you don't open up with this early on, you're not going to be doing too good. I think there could be better options. In fact, Torrential Tribute could be an option as well. Maybe even Ghost Ogres, more hand traps could be viable as well. But anyways, let me know if you make any changes. But thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like on it. And if you're new here, hit the subscribe button if you would like to see more crazy Yu-Gi-Oh! Decks in action, like the new Metal Stake Murakumo no Orochi Banish Everything. And if you guys got any cool replays, always feel free to send them in. I like seeing what you guys in the community make. Thanks for watching, and peace.